Data analytics of Verisk is the solution to the problem of capturing, storing, and disseminating data across the organization. So gathering it from the source systems from which it's actually created, transforming it into the correct KPIs and the correct figures that are needed across the business, and making sure that it's available at the point at which it's needed for each business process and for each person that requires it. There's a very broad range of understanding of data analytics across the marketplace at the moment. There are companies and people and organizations that have embraced it very well and use it as a very powerful tool to advance their business. And there are companies that are just starting out that perhaps have not really appreciated the power of a product like data analytics, and that are looking for solutions like that can really drive their business forward. Data analytics is something that provides on-the-spot data provision where and when it's needed across the organization. So people and business processes that require certain pieces of data will have it available to them in a very timely and accurate manner. We deal with companies right across the insurance marketplace. In the companies market, the Lloyd's insurance market, we deal with brokers, underwriters, MGAs, and all of those organizations themselves are at a different point of maturity when it comes to the use of products like data analytics and using data generally as part of their business process. So we're familiar with dealing with companies that have a great deal of experience of using their own data to further their business processes. And we also deal with a great number of companies that are just starting off on that journey, really, that are not really very data driven. They possibly have a very high head count of people that perform procedures for their business that normally you'd put into the care of a large computer system, really. So there are a lot of companies out there with a very high head count, very high admin head count, whose sole responsibility is to gather and process data in order to make it available for business processes like reporting and analytics and so on. So it's a full range of organizations that are out there. And we call it the maturity curve. There are people at the bottom of the maturity curve that are just starting off on their sort of data journey, if you will. And there are people at the top of it that are using data to drive their organizations forward.
So data as a concept is very, very powerful. Pretty much every company has data, but they don't really harness it in its isolation. Data is actually quite unorganized. It's very ineffective. What data analytics does is it provides the tools to harness that data and actually bring the power out that's inherently within it. So what you typically want to do there is take your data, organize it, structure it, and then you can use that to start to actually build your stories and then tell insights with it. At first, you want to bring all your data in, create some kind of warehouse or reporting layer. And at that point, you can start to have the flexibility to tell the story that you want to tell with your data, but you can't do that individually. So with consultancy, that's where your professionals can come in, start to work with you to understand where are the challenges, what stories do you want to tell, and then create solutions to deliver that insight, because everybody's got separate problems, everybody's got separate systems, so there's no one solution fits all.